You won't see this headline the same way again, so stick with me and watch the entire video before you believe anything about Pauley Perrette. The reason Pauley Perrette goes topless, try not to gasp, was written is because it sounds absurd and shocking. But the real significance of a phrase like this isn't about her taking off her clothes, rather, it's about the extent individuals will go to in order to misrepresent a hardworking woman in order to get a single, ephemeral click. When most people hear the name Pauley Perrette, they don't think of a topless scandal, but rather of a clever, funny, eccentric character with dark hair, tattoos, and a big heart from one of the biggest TV shows, and they recall how, episode after episode, she made them smile and care. She built her reputation through years of early call times, difficult days on set, and serious labor rather than by seeking shock or trying to make people gasp. You can tell something is wrong when a headline suddenly tries to discard all of that and turn her into some sort of clickbait poster. Most of these headlines work in the same cheap way. Someone takes a picture from a show, an old photo shoot, a private moment, or sometimes even a deceptive angle, and then they add the loudest words possible to make you think you are about to witness something extreme, even though the truth is usually much more normal or even completely made up. It's not meant to honor her or give a truthful account of her life, work, or health. Rather, it's meant to make you respond before you can think about it, to startle you before you go on to the next target. If you watch this movie through to the very end, I want you to think about what that does to someone like Pauley. Some people still choose to drag her name through headlines that utilize her body as a tool instead of listening to what she has to say, despite the fact that she has been open about trying periods in her life, including fear, worry, and major upheaval. In addition to being rude, that is disrespectful and ignores the real person behind the moniker. Furthermore, there is an obvious double standard at work here. When a man appears shirtless in a film or on a beach, people characterize him as tough, fit, or laid back, but when a woman is even mentioned in a bold moment, some people assume that she is too much, indecent, or trying to shock the world. The only question they ask is, how can we make this sound like a scandal? They don't ask about the image's authenticity, the actor's permission, or the scene's importance in the story. Unfortunately, the only reason this works is because many of us have been trained to click first and think about it later. In reality, Pauley Perrette's true size has nothing to do with whether or not she ever showed more or less skin on camera. Rather, it has to do with the size of her heart, the size of her talent, and the size of the solace she gave to people who saw in her character a blend of strength, humor, kindness, and vulnerability. Because it is what made so many admirers feel a connection to her, it hurts when her name is brought up in fake topless issues that have nothing to do with who she really is. No, I know her for her work, not for this fake shock, is an alternative to laughing and repeating the headline. When you see Pauley Perrette goes topless, try not to gasp, remember what you heard today. Recall the actress who gave up years of her life to entertain you, who handled stress you were unaware of, and who ought to be regarded as a whole person instead of a bait. If you want to see more videos that expose these loud, crazy titles and tell the real, human story behind the names you see on your screen, make sure to watch this video through to the very end, give it a like, share it with a friend who also respects Pauley Perrette, and hit subscribe. This will guarantee that you never miss the next candid look behind the headlines.